unfortunately not able to be here. So instead, we have been able to speak to Philippa, who has very kindly agreed to join us this evening. Philippa, how are you?
Thank you so much for inviting me today. I was very, very, very gratified to be at this esteemed venue. Because today, of course, my cousin, Charlie, or Sausage Fingers as we used to call him, that's a naughty story. Today, he's going to wear a very special hat, of course, unlike this one. Unfortunately, I've been estranged from this family, and so today, I've decided to join you. And I didn't really prepare anything, but luckily, the gentleman Avi has written a story in homage of our new King Charles, and it's this story that I shall share with you. Let me see, what has he written? Dear Charles, I've been invited to this place to talk about an anarchist perspective. Why would they want to talk about this hoi polloi? So what is an anarchist? Well, Avi says it's anyone that generally does anything to care for someone else without taking their dignity. Have you offered someone a place on a bus that was gone? Why would he talk about buses? I've never even been on a bus. How disgusting. Well, he says if you want to know more about anarchism, there's a base info shop cafe outside. So you can go and do some reading. Otherwise, he suggests there's a nice little book called The Solution's Already Here. So maybe go and read that. It would be kind of ironic, he says, for him to represent anarchists, because that would defeat the point. So, the takeaway for Avi about anarchism is that it's about care, but also maintaining someone's autonomy. Whereas in monarchy, it can sound like it's about care, but it's also about coercing people into doing certain things and justifying care. It's getting really boring, Okay, so let's talk about monarchy. Oh yes, we're going to finally talk about my cousin. I do love Charles. Nice. Last time there was a Charles on the throne, 9 units, yes, my great grandma, Mary something or other, was related to the last Charles on the throne. That's about 400 years ago. And this person had to run away and hide in a large tree. And in this tree, the Republicans tried to find him, but they failed. And luckily, he had some followers. And they gathered round and collected him from the tree and took him off to France, where he was protected. These followers we now know today and call them Tories. That's apparently not a metaphor, that's a historical fact. And in celebration of this magnificent tree, they set up a day every year. Yes, I do remember this festival. I used to run. Every year they celebrated this tree, and this group of followers placed it as an insignia upon their flag. Recently, apparently, they brought it back as a green tree because apparently they're so green. This same royal oak, this is their symbol. So why do we care about trees? Well, we've talked about Charles II, we've talked about Charles III. Now we're going to talk about another Charles. Avi says a Charles that he particularly doesn't like. This is Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin lived in an age where the oak tree, the large tree, was very important because it mapped out the royal family, who belonged where and what property they would own over time. Mr. Darwin, a clever man, looked at the rest of the species around the world, collected them, brought them back for display, and said, "Ah, this is how we can make sense of life. The tree of life. This is the symbol, the pedigree tree of the royal oak lives on within, what does he call it? The modern synthesis of evolution." What does that mean? Yes. The point Avi is trying to make here is that there are many adjacent disciplines within biology who have already proven that the idea that there is a static tree in which there are people that belong in certain places and fixed niches and that they cannot move and that there is a hierarchy in order to this has already been undermined. But unfortunately, the university institutions and the careers that uphold certain people mean that this has not penetrated into public consciousness, but go read about it yourself. In summary, what is the point of me telling all of you this? Because probably many of you are not natural scientists or social scientists of natural scientists, as Avi is. The point here is the question that we were asked to answer. What are we celebrating? So, as an anthropologist, Avi says that there are rituals of pageantry that we go through, and they teach us something, even if we do not feel personally involved. And there are two, broadly speaking, types of ritual. There are rituals that naturalize our social order, and there are rituals that make us remember these were just agreements, and they help us navigate, but they are just agreements. So maybe we should mock the king at certain times of year. But no, in this country, we are taught to naturalize this belonging. You belong in the oak tree somewhere. Instead, I propose we should cut down this damn tree.